is going on, guys? Josh White here, and you're watching another episode of the JDub Twins. Today is very exciting. I am finally going to be able to talk to you guys about the 2018 and up Mustang GT Ford Performance Calibration Kit because I have it installed on my car. I'm going to go over some things when it comes to the fitment of the hood. I know people that have been getting this kit installed have had hood fitment issues. So, you know, we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna pop the hood. We're gonna take a look under the hood just to see how everything looks in the engine bay. We're gonna talk about dyno numbers because I did get my car dynoed for a baseline dyno run, you know, completely stock, you know, excluding the H pipe because I do have an H pipe installed with an after kit installation and tune download dyno run. So, with that being said, let's get it. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. Or actually, before we pop the hood, let's take a look at how the hood is lined up after getting this kit installed. So, as you can see, some people that have gotten this kit installed says that there's been quite a bit of a hood gap between the like the front part of the bumper and the hood because the cold air intake sits taller than the one did for the 2017 to 2015. But as you can see, there is no issue with that. The hood's pretty aligned with the bumper and we didn't have any fitment issues there. Get a closer look so you guys can see. Yeah, no, we're looking pretty good. So next we'll pop the hood. So here she is, the Ford Performance cold air intake. As you can see, there's the throttle body, and as far as installation goes, it went pretty well. I had them cut this out right here, this little spot, because otherwise the hood would I mean the engine cover would get in the way of this tube right here. Some people prefer to just keep the engine cover off, but I asked that they, you know, cut out a little spot for that tube to be able to fit. So you can see that's what it looks like. And then if you look down here, let me see, you can see where that inlet tube is installed, which connects to the grill here. You can see down there, but yeah, the inlet tube connects to this grill opening right here, so, you know, getting that cold air. So yeah, this is how it looks under the hood, and it's got a pretty decent seal. If you can see on the hood right here, there's like an indentation for where the top of the cold air intake is pressing up against the hood liner here. So seems like a pretty good seal, but I will say that at idle, the inlet air temperatures have been hotter than whenever I just had the stock air box. So actually, if we take a look, my inlet air temperature, I'm willing to bet is somewhere in the 80s. Actually, that kind of wouldn't be a bad thing right now. Let me see. Yeah, 86 right now, if you can see, and it's 73 outside. Granted, I had the hood open at the time. Yeah, right now it's 73 degrees outside, but it's showing the inlet air at 89 degrees. So I will say that since getting the cold air intake, my inlet air temperatures do climb faster when at a stoplight, or, you know, whenever I'm just kind of parked. But when I'm actually driving, you know, the inlet air temperature gets down to maybe 3 to 5 degrees above ambient, and whenever I'm on the highway, around 5 degrees over ambient, and at the most 10 degrees above ambient. So yeah, so yeah, I know you guys are looking forward to dyno numbers, so here's a quick video of the car doing a pull on the dyno after the kit was installed. And here are the dyno numbers. As you can see, very conservative. I know Ford stated that it's supposed to be an increase in 19 horsepower and 18 torque. And as you can see, I only increased by 5 horsepower and 7 torque. Very underwhelming. You know, I was expecting more. Anyone getting this kit would expect more, right? Because, you know, Ford's advertising that this is how much it's expected to make, and as you can see, that's not the case. Even whenever they said, you know, 42 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM, but you can see, I think mine starts out a little above 2,000. At 2,500 RPM, the increase was only maybe 10 to 15 pound-feet of torque. So, you know, they advertise these bigger numbers, but in reality, as you can see, that's just not the case. All right, so with that being said, I will say that this car still, the characteristics have changed for the better, for sure. The dyno numbers say one thing, but my butt dyno says something else. My butt feels what it feels. Yeah, whenever I drive this car, it has more low-end torque. It does. Now, I don't know if that's because they just, you know, changed the sensitivity of the throttle, and now, you know, it feels like there's more low-end torque, but really all it is now more throttle is being applied, you know, whenever I put my foot down the same amount that I did before. But no, it definitely feels like there's more low-end torque. It feels more torquey just driving around town, and you know, I like it. And when it comes to the transmission, I realize shifting, when this transmission shifts, it's very smooth now. Before, it felt kind of herky-jerky. You know, shifting, you kind of felt like you're being rear-ended a bit whenever it shifts. And now, whenever it shifts, it's very smooth. And same with downshifts. Whenever I used to downshift from 4th to 3rd, or whenever the transmission would downshift from 4th to 3rd, it was very jarring to me. Again, felt like it was just really abrupt, and now it's very smooth, just across the board. Yeah, and as you can see from the dyno graph, there is more power across the board, across the power band. As small as it is, it has increased, but unless you get a custom tune, the results are just, they're going to be minimal. All right, the power gain is going to be minimal. You know, you can only expect but so much increase in horsepower and torque. But like I said, the characteristics of this car have changed to me for the better. So we're going to take a quick drive around, and although it doesn't display that much power on the dyno, I'm telling you, driving this car, to me, it's become just as fun as it was whenever I first got the car. Not saying that I started to get bored with the car, but now it's just like this, you know, the car has found, to me, it's like a newfound wind. Like, I don't know, I can't explain it. Right now, yeah, I have the car in Sport Plus mode, exhaust and track, and I'll be quiet now. And there are some, I don't know if it's just a placebo effect, but I do feel like there's more exhaust feedback on deceleration. Might just be the H-pipe though. Right now the ambient air temperature, the inlet air temperature is 87 degrees and the ambient is 73 degrees, so a little over, definitely over 10 degrees in the inlet air temperature. So I'm not sure if some people could hear the, you know, any air, cold air intake sounds, but really, you know, unless you have, unless your car is boosted and you got a turbo going on, I can't say I've heard any sounds from the air intake. some gas. And again, right now we're floating around 86 degrees for the inlet air temperature, which honestly it's kind of expected, right? You know, you're gonna get a cold air intake that's not the stock air box. You can expect to get higher inlet air temperatures. So I know it's supposed to be kind of like, you know, sealed at the top after you close the hood, but you know, I was expecting that the temperatures would be more. Yeah, so very smooth shifts. I know before I was experiencing, you know, harsher shifts. Again, sometimes it felt like I was getting rear-ended. But since getting this tune and kit installed, very smooth shifts. Describing the drive modes, so I'll say that driving in normal now feels like driving in sport. And then driving in sport feels like driving in Sport Plus. Sport Plus feels like driving in track. And track feels honestly a lot more than it was before, right? So again, just the throttle response is increased, and again the shifts are just smooth. And it's just how the Mustang should have been out of the box when first getting the car. Cops have been more active lately. So yeah, overall, getting this kit, is it worth the price you pay? I mean, so if you're trying to maintain your warranty, but you're also trying to do some performance upgrades to, you know, give your car a more healthy feel, I mean, honestly, you don't have another choice, right? You can't get a custom tune that's going to avoid your warranty. I mean, I don't know if getting a pedal commander to, you know, kind of increase that throttle response is going to avoid your warranty, but I'd imagine so, right? You know, there's really no other choice but either get this Ford Performance tune and kit, or you just wait until your warranty expires and you can do whatever you want, right? So, to me, is it worth it? To me, yeah, it's worth it. Because again, I've come to want to drive my car every day just because, although it's my daily driver anyways, getting this tune has made my car more fun to drive. Maintains my warranty. Yeah, did it put out as much horsepower and torque that I thought it would, as I was hoping it would, as much as Ford said it would? No, which is a letdown. But the fact is, yeah, I enjoy driving my car. Although I enjoy driving it before the tune, after the tune, it just makes me want to drive it even more. Again, the car feels more torquey, the shifts are smooth, and overall, I feel the butt dyno doesn't lie. All right, so if you enjoyed this car, if you enjoyed the tune before you even knew the dyno numbers, then continue to enjoy it. You know what they say, ignorance is bliss, right? So if you thought that, oh wow, after this tune my car increased 100 horsepower, 100 pound-feet of torque, hang on, then that was fun. All right, then continue to think that and believe that. And if you enjoy the car after the tune, then don't be discouraged that the numbers that you're seeing on this dyno graph, you know, are only 5 horsepower and 7 pound-feet of torque, foot-pound of torque. I still get it confused, whatever. Because the car feels different. The car drives more fun. And at the end of the day, to me, that's worth the money spent. Now, of course, I paid a little extra to get these dyno runs done for, you know, my education and to put out for you guys. So you guys can see the raw numbers, okay? But no, the car feels healthy. The car sounds healthy. Again, if you haven't done the H-pipe, I highly recommend it. That way you can still keep the active exhaust if you have it, and you just get more volume and just more feedback on the exhaust. It just sounds awesome. Here, I'm gonna start using the power shifter so you can hear it a little more. Yeah, the H-pipe sounds awesome, and it's a relatively cheap modification. I think I got it for the Steeda H-pipe. I got it for 180. You could probably find like a Heartthrob H-pipe for much less and get it installed for about $100. I think that's how much it cost me. But no, back to the tune. Yeah, if you have any doubts about whether or not it's going to make your car feel different, don't. Yeah, don't, because it will make your car feel more healthy. So that's it. So, in a nutshell, if you want to get a performance upgrade for your car and don't want to void your warranty, get the tune, get the kit, the Ford Performance Calibration Kit, get it. Now, if you prefer to say, screw it, I'm gonna void my warranty, then go ahead, get a custom tune. Or if your car is already out of warranty, then yeah, don't get this kit, get a custom tune. You're gonna get more power. But also, can it be put down properly? So I know some people in the forum said, I got a custom tune and actually switched back to the stock tune because my car just wasn't putting the power down and I was losing the back end every time I hit the accelerator. Maybe that was just a bad tune, I don't know. You know, if you want something that can be daily driven and is practical on the real roads, then yeah, by all means, get this tune, because I haven't, well, then again, I haven't pushed the car hard enough to lose the back end, which I'm sure I could easily do. Which I'm sure it could easily be done, right? I'm sure I could easily, if I, you know, floor it or give it enough gas, I could lose the back end. But I haven't lost the back end yet. And again, the car's just fun to drive. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped enlighten you a little bit on this tune, this kit. You've learned more about it. You can kind of make up your mind on whether or not you want to get it. Coming from me, I'm happy with my purchase. I'm happy with the results. When it comes to the butt dyno, on the Dyno Jet, yeah, a little underwhelmed, right? But you know, I kind of expected that. But there are some gains, and there's definitely an improved feel for the car. So, if you like what you're watching, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and check out our other videos on our channel. And stay tuned for the next JDub Twins episode, alright? Thanks, guys. Bye.